I'm a college student living in Virginia for the summer for personal reasons I don't want to get into. Let's just say my family and I are not speaking right now, so I'm spending the next few months with my best friend Julia and her family. They're admittedly very rich, and when I say rich, I'm talking butlers, servants, personal chefs. The place is a mansion. I don't want to say it looks like a plantation, but it does. Anyway, the house is super creepy, but so much fun to explore, and so is the surrounding neighborhood, where you can give yourself a walking tour that would put the Hollywood Star Tours to shame. Julia has a beagle named Otis, who I've known since he was a puppy, so to help out I offered to do the dog walking while I'm staying there. Otis loves the walks, and I love seeing the neighborhood, so it's a win-win for everybody. Well, it was until last Tuesday night. I got to the house around 10 at night after spending a few hours at the bars with friends. Julia was particularly emotional about something I didn't really understand, and I was getting tired, so at the risk of being a bad friend, I left her with the others and arrived back at the mansion to find it empty. At least it seemed empty. Hard to tell with the gargantuan size, but it was dark and Otis was whining to go out, so I grabbed the leash and we were off. The walk was pleasant. Nice weather now that the sun was down. I saw a neighbor who was out on the porch every day drinking wine coolers and gave him a wave, but he didn't seem to see me. Otis started going faster and forcing me to speed up, which I wasn't in the mood for, but I couldn't get him to calm down. He began pulling me in a different direction than we normally go, but I was pretty certain that way looped back around to the house eventually, so I didn't fight back. It was strange how excited he was getting to go this way, as if on the hunt for something. That beagle nose was sniffing all over the place. After a few minutes he took another turn, which I soon realized was a dead end. So much for Otis's big hunch. There was nothing in sight. Just a pitch-black street with an occasional street lamp. Finally we got to the end and made a loop around to the other side of the sidewalk, and as we did, we walked past a beat-up white pickup truck covered in rust. I didn't notice it before, but there was something strangely discomforting about it. Otis must have felt the same because he started growling. I told him to shut up, but I was stopped mid-sentence. There was movement on the other side of the truck. As we continued to pass, a man in dirty work clothes came around into view. My heart nearly exploded out of sheer surprise, but the man didn't even acknowledge me. He wiped his hands off on a towel, then got into the truck. We carried on walking, though I kept an eye on the man who appeared to just be sitting there in the dark doing nothing. I didn't like this one bit. I've always had a sixth sense for danger, and I pride myself in situational awareness, so I picked up the pace. In an instant, headlights were on me like the beacon of a lighthouse. I didn't hear the engine. In fact, I didn't hear anything. I just sped up my walk, guiding Otis back across the road to the sidewalk that would lead us home. Only the moment I got into the middle of the street, I looked back to find the truck speeding straight towards me. Otis was already on the sidewalk, but I was still within range, and it was too late to move. All I could do was shield my face helplessly and wait for death, but it never came. I opened my eyes and I looked back to find the truck was gone. I turned around and spotted it driving away down the next block ahead. How was that possible? The truck went right through me. It never made a noise and the man never flinched. My heart was racing as I grabbed Otis and began rushing him back to the house. I was nearly in tears as I ran, thinking over the bizarre events and wondering if I had just witnessed something paranormal. I've never believed in ghosts, but I don't know how else to explain what I experienced. I tried to tell Julia about it, but she was still upset. Honestly, she hasn't really spoken to me the whole time I've been here. It's been a strange few weeks. I'm starting to miss my family. I hope I can get them to talk to me, even if just about this. I need to talk to someone about it. It's driving me crazy. Not to mention I still have PTSD from a bad car accident I was in last month. These days it seems only Otis can see me. Dogs really are the best.